Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Ron Cunningham, and I'm delighted to be here today. And as always, I'd like to thank the media class for Mr. Strangio. Mr. Robert Morano is no longer here. What's Mr. Strangio's first name, by the way?
Rocco.
Rocco Strangio. Very nice man. He's doing this stuff now. He's teaching the students how to do shows and how to film stuff properly. And I got a great group here. 3 lovely ladies are filming my show today. I'm delighted to have you guys aboard to do this show.
Thank you.
And as always, I'd like to thank the superintendent of schools for his hard work, the Niagara Falls Board of Education members, and of course, all you students, and last but not least, the parents and the taxpayers who pay the bills to keep all of us in school and busy. So I want you guys to know something. I'm very excited today. I have an outstanding guest. One I've known for many, many years. I'm not going to tell you how many, but it's been long enough. And she's been, to give you an idea, she's been in the music business for over 40 years. And she started as a little young child. But I'm glad to have her here because she does a lot of exciting things and she does a lot of benefits for the community. I've seen her in many shows and she's done great work. And I personally like to thank all of the students here who's filmed this show and working so diligently to make this show viewable and blessable. Right now, I'd like to introduce my guest. Star of stage, screen, and television. A lovely lady who's been on the Tyler Perry show, talked to Les Brown, a great motivational speaker, and a series of other people. She's been some of the top stars in the country she's performed with. So right now, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others. Never replicated, never duplicated, but she's authenticated. Right now, the lovely Miss Marsha McWilson. How are you doing today?
Fine.
Give me some sugar, girl.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now,
oh my
that being out
goodness.
the way, it's so glad. I'm glad to have you here. I'm excited to have you here. I've seen some of your shows. Look, every show you do, you get better and better and better.
Well,
you know?
I am just, first of all, it is an honor and a privilege to be here with Mr. Cunningham. It has been it's promised to me that he was going to do a show on me probably for about 20 years, but I'm finally here, and I told him I wasn't famous enough to be on his show, but I think I'm famous now because he asked me this morning would I come, and I am honored and I am elated to be here to share with you the assignment that I have upon my life, and that is to uplift, encourage, and to bring joy.
Well, Marsha, let me say this to you. I've always been a fan of Etta James, and since she's along with us, I'm a fan of Marsha McWilson, and you do a fabulous job doing some of her impersonations and singing, and your own stuff too. You are a very gifted and talented young lady, and we're glad to have you here in this community, and you've done work in the school systems all about Western New York and beyond. You've been on the Tyler Perry show, but right now, I want you to tell us something about you. I know that you've gotten several awards. I was there when you got them, and you got a big day in Buffalo and a big day in Niagara Falls. Tell us about these things. I want to tell them in your own words.
Well, first of all, like I said, I started out just serving. I've been a licensed cosmetologist salon owner for over 40 years. So that means that I'm used to serving and touching and making sure things are right from head to toe. Then I also have a gift of singing that I've been singing since I was 6 years old under the leadership of Ann Barlow. She taught me my first song, Let Jesus, Open Up Your Heart and Let Jesus Come in Your Heart. 6 years old, sitting at her piano, learning that first solo. And then my mentor, Kathy Jordan Sharpton, and Bruce Parker, and Constance Matthews, and of course my own brother, Roger Walker Jr. They groomed me, they shaped me, they mentored me. These are some of the greatest singers that you would ever hear. James Brown was the godfather of soul of the world, and my choir director, Kathy Jordan, was his background singer. She was a sugar honeybee, was a honeybee or something.
Well, I used to manage Marsha. Not Marsha, but Kathy.
Kathy,
Boy,
exactly.
Sharp is big guy down the political circle.
Exactly. So, to make a long story short, I have people that have groomed me and have brought me in the position that I'm in today. Now, that acting and all the movies, that right there was a total shock to me. Tyler Perry, total shock. All I know is I wrote a song and I said, I'm going to get this to Tyler Perry. And when I wrote that song, not knowing that I was going to go sing on the Tom Joyner All-Star Cruise, which is an all-stars cruise that raises money for black children to go to college. I've been singing 18 years on that boat. I go on there one day and Tyler Perry's on there. And guess what? I auditioned for the first time in my life. I auditioned and won the movie search contest of Tyler Perry, and he put me in If Loving You Is Wrong. And guess what? When I got there, I was able to give him my song I wrote, Balance. And that is in iTunes, Spotify, and every music platform. I Need a Balance. That's how I got the title.
Okay, well, let me say this to you right now. And you also have a failure to play with Etta James. She's gone now, and you kept that legacy alive. How did you just pick her out? And how you seem to be, you're really into that. And I mean, if you sit and listen, you sound like a lot like Etta.
Well, actually, if not that I did that on, as I say, on accident, walking in Walmart, looking down in the bins where they have all of the acts, the CDs and the records. And I looked and I said, oh my God, my sister. That looks like my sister Valerie. And then I picked it up and I said, oh my God, that looks like me. And I guess this is this Etta James lady. I put her music in and guess what? I said, oh my God, I sound like this lady. And I began to listen to her. And as I listened to her, I began to take on her. And all of a sudden, the Lord said, I want you to sing her music and I want you to take it to the next level. Where she didn't take it, I want you to take it and win souls for me. And that's how I'm doing that.
Well, Marsha, let me say this. You've got to tell me about these awards you've gotten in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. I was there to see it happen. And I just want to tell you, I'm very proud of you. The city's very proud of you. And tell me how you came to be the first woman inducted to the Hall of Fame for the first black woman. As a matter of fact, tell us something about that and about the accolades at Buffalo and Niagara Falls. Okay,
well, first of all, I have been working with in the Blues Fest and in the gospel arena and jazz arena for over 30 years. And I began to put my, as they say, spread my eggs all around. And the Hall of Fame, people contacted me and said, Marsha, I want you to send in your application, do what you need to do. And I just put it off for many years, not realizing the timing of when I did it. When I did it, I discovered I was the first black female that ever was awarded in the Music Hall of Fame. That's how I got that. Now, me in these days, the Marsha McWilson Day, totally a surprise. I did nothing but work and serve. I was doing a show in Buffalo, and Jackie Mimes of the African Culture Center in Buffalo presented me with that, with bringing the mayor in, and the mayor, Byron Brown, awarded me Marsha McWilson Day on July 29th. I was just totally surprised and just couldn't believe it. And you already know Niagara Falls is not going to let Buffalo outdo them. So my mayor, Maristano, said, I'm not going to let that happen on my watch. And he came and awarded me Marsha McWilson Day, October 5th, and also declared me as Blues Queen. That's why I'm sitting here with my beautiful crown on.
And you deserve it.
And So people want to say, why are they doing all that stuff for her? It is not them. It's the timing and the season of God. God is positioning me and getting me ready to do what he wants me to do. So I don't know. They're awarding me, and guess what? All I'm doing is serving.
Now, Marsha, you've shared the stage with Grammy nominee Tony Terry and Johnny Gill of New Edition.
Oh my God, yes.
How'd that come?
I sing with Tony Terry. This is my actually 4th time singing with Tony Terry on the Tom Joyner Cruise. You can go on my Facebook and you can see me and Tony performing. Actually, he'll be here this week. And I'll be singing probably or seeing him this week. And Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill caught me out of the audience and allowed me to sing in his concert at Seneca Niagara. And also Fantasia. Also, yes. And many, many more. Michael Bublé. I sang with Michael Bublé at the HSBC Arena background. I've sang with Yolanda Adams. I've sang with Vicki Winans. I've sang for Vanessa Bell Armstrong, Donnie McClurkin, Kim Burrell. These are all famous people, and also starred in a movie with Les Brown, who is my mentor and who certified me as a motivational speaker.
Yeah, and Les Brown is internationally known. He's
yes.
a very, very great guy, as is Tyler Perry. One of the things I want to say to you, you were on the stage with Grammy nominee Tony Terry and Johnny Gill of New Edition. We were going to I talked to Aisha Gary Balance about bringing them here, but somebody had already booked them. So we're on our way to get those guys.
And Aisha Balance, that is an angel. She's an angel. She's always willing to help people.
Yes,
Thank you for bringing her name
like
up.
yourself.
She helps me, and I love her for that.
Now, one of the things I want to ask you about is your family. You've had a lot of tragedies, but you've overcome them.
Yes.
And you really got balance. And that song you got balance is a great song. And your son, tell me a little about him. He's doing some stuff with you on stage, and he's got he's got a recording out. Tell us about that.
Well, actually, I have, as you say, I have tragedy in my family. I am the 12th child from my mother and father, one mother, one father, 6 boys, 6 girls. And actually I've lost 4 brothers and 3 sisters. 4 sisters, 4 brothers, I'm sorry. And it's only 5 of us left. So my family is dear to me. And I lost my dear sister, Vanessa Walker, who is my rock, who's my heart. And I wrote a song called Rona Mae Blues. And my beautiful son, Cameron Connor, actually has 2 sons, Jalen McWilson and Cameron Connor McWilson, and they're musicians, and they are amazing. Cameron produces, writes, engineers, and sings. He's one of the biggest sensations that you will ever hear, and he's all on every media social platform. And he has not only a little CD, Cameron has over 150 songs already written. And we only released one. It's called Sugar Cream. And that is on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and every music platform. But Cameron Connor McWilson is the one to watch for. And that is my mini-me.
Okay. I see you on the Tyler Perry show, If Loving You Is Wrong.
Yes.
And that was a nice little cameo appearance there. And you had a show on Waffle for a while. Tell us about that.
Yes, I had a show.
Waffle radio station.
Sheila Brown is, she is the owner of WUFO Power 96. And when I say she's doing well, she's opened up her 2nd radio station, one in Buffalo, New York, and one in Atlanta, Georgia. Sheila gave me an opportunity of 4 years to have my own show along with Mrs. First Lady Badger and Nia Badger. And we did a show together called Heavenly Melodies, where we interviewed all the stars, the gospel stars all over the country. And we did that for 4 years, Joyce Badger and myself and Nia Badger. and we had a phenomenal good time. And thanks to Sheila Brown to give me my first show. And,
Sheila is doing some great things.
Sheila's doing great things.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Last week I was in Atlanta to the WAFO grand opening of the new station.
Yes.
WIGO WIGO.
Okay.
1570 AM.
Oh, you're good.
I was down
you
there
remember that.
in Atlanta at the grand opening. It was a blast. I had a great time.
Yes.
And Sheila has 11,000 acres.
Wow.
And she's doing some stuff. Their tower came, building a tower up in the place, and the radio station is phenomenal. It's been totally remodeled. It's beautiful.
Yes, well,
You gotta get down. I'm sure you get down to Atlanta.
Sheila and another local radio, WBLK, was the first people, and Heavenly, I think it was Heaven 1120. They were the first ones to play me over the airwaves. And I remember a prophet called and said that I was going to be all over television, all over the radio, and not knowing. 20 years later, that's what I would be doing.
And you perform one of my favorite blues people. He's no longer with us, but he's with us in spirit. He's a legend. B.B. King's daughter.
B.B. King's daughter. Oh my God. First of all, I love B.B. King, Bobby Blue Bland. Bobby Blue Bland, I hope I said it right.
Bobby Blue Bland, right.
Yeah, and when I say I'm a blues girl from a baby, okay? My brother Larry Walker, he was a blues guy, and he listened to blues, and I also learned a lot of music from my sister, Maxine Walker, who worked at the record store on Highland Avenue.
You were the first one to open up a record store.
That's right. And that's how I learned all that other music.
Exactly.
But my roots are gospel. I was born and raised in gospel, but that's how I got the little sidebar of blues and R&B through my brother Larry and my sister Maxine Walker, because she worked at the radio station. So she used to bring all the music home, and Larry used to play the blues over at his house. So that's how I got a chance to also work with Eddie Shaw, who worked with B.B. King. I just got through singing with Little Ed at the at the Niagara Falls Blues Fest. And also I'm the founder of the Blues Fest of the Gospel Blues Brunch.
Okay.
And that I've been doing for 8 years.
Well attended too.
Toby Rotella gave me the opportunity to do the Gospel Blues Brunch in his huge blues fest, and I give him that honor for doing that, and he treats me like a daughter. So y'all see he's rough on me because his daughter Remy, and she just passed, said, if he treats you mean, that means he loves you.
Who?
Toby. So I guess he really in love with me now.
Yeah, okay. Now, you also sang and raised money for not only black colleges, but you also raised money for Niagara Catholic High School.
Niagara Catholic raised
so kids
over
go to school for free
over
for
$40,000 I raised.
Wow.
Yes, I did benefit concerts for Niagara Catholic for our children to go to school, and when I say that right there was a big blessing. His name is Mike Volpe. He gave me that opportunity to run those shows, and he was at the Boys Club. And I hope Mike Volpe's out there. So I'm giving you a shout out. Thank you, Mike, for looking out. But let's talk about how I got into the Niagara Falls school system.
Yeah. Now, I want to say, before you do anything, we do have a phenomenal superintendent school.
Oh, that's what I want to talk about.
And
I want to
we
talk
also
about.
have a great Board of Education members who watch the budget, make sure things happen.
Yes.
And they're just a great group of people. We're blessed to have people who volunteer to serve as rest patrols and all those guys. Ms. Ferretto, all of them, Velardo. I hate to call names, Mr. Bass, Clara Dunn's on there.
Yes, Clara and Earl Bass, our favorite.
And there's another two new members I can't.
Mr. Kissimmee.
Yeah, there's another gentleman who's very intelligent, very good. And we have a police officer. We haven't had a police officer, Mr. Paul Cadella. is on there too. We have a lot of
And
good people.
You also have a country singer on there.
Who was that?
Benson.
Yeah.
Bilson, yes.
Bilson, that's who I was trying to say.
That's right, and
Bilson,
because I
yeah.
did a country song with him.
And our mayor.
You didn't even know that,
No, I
did
did
you?
not. I would
That's
like to hear
right.
it. Our mayor was formerly the president of the Niagara Falls Board of Education.
That's right,
He's
that's
now the
right.
mayor.
Right.
So, you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah, well,
And
let
we're
me
trying-
tell you about Mark Laurie.
Okay, go ahead.
Mark Laurie brought me in on Miss Marsha's life lessons. Let me tell you how I developed that. I developed Miss Marsha's life lesson because of Stephanie Coward. Stephanie Coward gave me a canvas, an empty canvas, and she says, "Marsha, I want you to start working with the after-school program. Do exactly what you want." I said, "What?" She said, "Anything you want," and that right there helped me develop Miss Marsha's life lessons, where I come and I taught here at high school, I taught at LaSalle Middle School, I taught at Niagara Street, Kelphis, and now I'm going to G.J. Mann and Abbott. So I'm teaching Miss Marsha's life lessons. These are practical
To the
life
younger
skills
kids, which is
to
good,
the
too.
younger kids, but I've also done it here at the high school. So I want to thank Mr. Laurie. I want to thank Stephanie Coward. I want to thank all of the principals, Mr. Marino, Mrs. Brundage, Mrs. Buckman, and all of the new principals that I'm going to be coming in.
Say all so you'll leave nobody out,
Yes,
okay?
all of the principals. I want to thank you for allowing me to come in your school, because we're going to reshape and help our new students. And I'm excited to be there. I'm like Mary Poppins.
Listen, here's what I want to know. How did you get to be featured in a movie called Fight for Good?
Oh my gosh.
2021, and you released your new single, Rolling May Blues.
Rolling My
And
Blues.
tell us the history about that and about the Rolling May Blues single you did.
Well, actually, like I said, I lost my sister Vanessa Walker to coronavirus on Christmas morning, which broke my heart. And the newscaster was interviewing me, and right on the spot, she asked me, "Can you give us a piece of the song?" And I didn't finish the song, but she kind of forced it out of me. So she put the mic in front of me, and I wrote that song right there on the air. And that's how I came up with Rolling May Blues. And that was featured in the Fight for Good movie with Dr. Ansari.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Fight for Good. And she also...
very, very intelligent.
Very intelligent.
Very
When I say
progressive.
very intelligent, but they also dedicated that movie to my sister, Vanessa Walker. And they played my song, and when I say this is my fourth movie, Mr. Cunningham,
Okay.
that I've been in a movie with Matthew Broderick. I've been in a movie with Vivica Fox.
Oh, okay.
I've been in also a movie called First Impressions, and that's with Tamala Mann, Mr. Brown. When I say all-star cast, an all-star cast. And
Yes.
oh, you didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Yes, yes. So,
You do a lot of things.
but I don't talk a lot about it because I don't want to appear bragging. But it is what it is. If you ask me, I'll tell you. So I'm looking for many more movies and many more opportunities. Whatever God presents for me to do, I'm going to do.
Well, are you going back to, here's a question I want to do. Batavia Downs.
Batavia Downs, Harry
was a party
Watasek,
beyond-
Caroline Watasek.
Oh, wow.
Those are my friends. They opened up the Batavia Downs to me to come in
You had
and
a
do
sold-out show.
2 sold-out shows and 2 hotels sold out. So I was honored, and you were there, Mr. Cunningham, and I am actually waiting. We're in negotiation to come back, and before this year's out, we'll be back at Batavia Downs. So when you hear, please get your ticket ahead of time, and also get your hotel room ahead of time, because it is a wonderful place. It's like you're in Las Vegas, but it's not as costly.
Let me ask you a question, Marsha. One of the things I want to know is, in sequence to all these things, what is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to fulfill my purpose. And the purpose I have is to uplift people that are sad, that are experience loss, that has experienced defeat. Mr. Cunningham, I don't know, you guys are looking at me, but I was defeated. I was obese and 400 pounds. And a lot of people don't know that. I couldn't fit in a airplane seat. I couldn't fit in a roller coaster. I couldn't fit in the big lady store. And so what you're looking at is someone who bounced back from, literally bounced back from that to walking on the fashion runway of the world. That right there is saying nothing can stop you when you have a purpose. I lost 4 brothers, 4 sisters, and guess what? And I'm still smiling. And that tells you nothing can stop you. I am the first black woman inducted in the Music Hall of Fame. So that means that I had to face racism. And that tells you nothing can stop you. So I'm telling you, I couldn't have children. And I birthed 2 miracle sons, married 30 years to my husband, Howard McWilson. And that right there, to have a marriage today, 30 years, that right there says presidents right there. Nothing can stop you. So I'm here to encourage. I'm here to say, yes, you can. When they say, no, you can't, you look at Miss Marsha and say, yes, you can. When they say you can't do it, look at Miss Marsha and say, you can do it. That's when I'm here, and that's my purpose.
And I've known some of your big supporters are Men Standing Strong, and another group is the Entrepreneur School of Thought, or 19, those guys, they support what you do. And
yes.
We got the OGs, they come out for different events we do.
Yes.
But, I think Niagara Falls is on the mend, is heading back to be great, to be to a position of being great. And can easily, once again, become the king of power, queen of beauty, and the honeymoon capital of the world. What we have to do is everybody needs to take a positive attitude. And Marsha, one of the things I can say about you, you have a very positive attitude about what you do.
Yes.
And I found that you have to surround your people with positive attitude to get something done correctly and effectively.
Yes.
And you are an effective promoter, effective entertainer. And I want to tell you, those outfits you do, I watch you, girl. You change 3 and 4 outfits a night.
Yes. Because I'm doing covers.
Yeah.
I'm doing Etta James. I'm doing Aretha Franklin. I'm doing Gladys Knight, who I just saw this weekend personally. I saw her. And I'm doing Patsy Cline. I'm doing Tina Turner. So, but getting back to what you're saying, Men Standing Strong, I worked closely with them because they have causes that they do that I believe in.
Yes.
They changed the name of Niagara Street to Mrs. Blondeva Bond, who was my mother's best friend.
I'm one of her students.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I knew her personally because she came in my home every week to speak with my mother, to hold meetings. And Gloria Dolson came together with the Men Standing Strong and thought, our children need to look up to a black person and see themselves and say, guess what, that's me.
That's real encouragement.
That's encouragement. So that's why I am so proud to stand with Men Standing Strong and the other organizations.
Which I'm a member of. But I want to say one other thing to you. I want to thank the Board of Education for doing this. I mean, it's a great boost to the community.
Yes.
And we all need to know about each other.
Exactly.
And the other thing I want to say to you is, what are your parting words? What would you like to leave people with in terms of being encouraged? What parting words would you like to?
I would like to say my faith is strong. It's strong because I am a licensed ordained elder, and I am under Bishop Roderick L. Hennings in the Zion Dominion Global Ministry Church. And that right there is
It's a beautiful
my
place. It's
that
a
is my
beautiful place.
foundation.
Yeah.
That's my foundation. I'm happy because I have joy. I'm not happy because of circumstances. I have to put on happiness and take off the spirit of heaviness, because you walk this day in life, you're going to run into trouble. And my thing is help other people.
Where does the energy come from?
The energy comes from God.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. I normally do 2 or 3 shows a day at
Yes.
different venues.
Yes, sir.
I mean, very few people do that.
It's because I have purpose. It's because I am available, Mr. Cunningham, to do what he has for me to do.
Let me ask you another question. Thank you for reminding me that we're going to have a big dinner on the 21st.
Oh my
October
God,
21st.
yeah. You're going to be honored, and I'm going to be there with my crown on. I was honored 2 years before, and I'm going to come and sit with you at your table. Mr. Cunningham will be honored on next week on the 21st. It says, I shall wear a crown, and you see I'm wearing my crown.
Yes.
And he is going to be honored under Elder Vanessa Scott, and that's going to be at the Riverside Resort.
701 Buffalo Avenue.
Buffalo Avenue. Tickets are $50.
Yes.
And come join us and be with us and celebrate. We're going to have a good time.
We raise money for a good cause.
Yes.
With that in mind, I want to tell everybody thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. And I'll be seeing some of you guys October 21st. And Vanessa Scott is also another great lady who is doing some great things too. So we got a few more seconds. But in those few seconds, I
We got
want
like
to say
5 seconds left.
thank you for watching and bless you all.
God bless you.